New election rules almost changed the way your vote would be counted in Georgia, but the state Supreme Court stepped in and stopped them. With voting underway for multiple elections, we're breaking down what the court blocked, why it matters, and how local officials are keeping your vote secure. Carmen Brown joins us live from outside the Jones County Elections Board with more.
Hey, good evening, Lori. That's right. This Georgia Supreme Court ruling comes just months before our next big election. I had a chance to speak with one elections official here in Jones County who says right now the priority is accuracy and election security, even though election laws keep coming into question here in the state. Take a look. Last fall, the Georgia State Election Board pushed through 7 new rules just weeks before the 2024 election. Those rules would have changed how ballots are counted, how results are certified, and how absentee ballots are handled. But after a wave of lawsuits and public outcry, the state's highest court stepped in. Last week, the Supreme Court struck down 4 of the rules, including a mandate for hand-counting ballots after polls close, a requirement for photo ID and signatures at absentee ballot drop boxes, allow election officials to conduct a reasonable inquiry, and expanded access by local election board members to sensitive election documents. Only the rule requiring video surveillance of absentee drop boxes survived. The court said the state election board overstepped its authority, making changes only the legislature can make.
So this is a kind of a directive from the court saying, here's how we think it is, but if we've got it wrong, the legislature, it's back in your court now to clarify.
Jones County Election Superintendent Marion Hatton says the ruling means her team will keep following practices that have worked for years.
Hand counting, we are going to continue to do it anyway, and that just helps us when we do the audit after the election.
Hatton says they personally monitor the county's absentee ballot drop box, and she remains confident in her team.
I do try my best to run a very tight ship. If anybody says there is voter fraud in Jones County, I argue all day long.
The state Supreme Court sent 2 other rules, expanding poll watcher access and daily absentee ballot reporting, back to Fulton County for review. Now, Bullock says if people want to see changes to our state's election laws, the best place to push for them is the state legislature, not the State Board of Elections. Live in Jones County, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.
Thank you, Carmen. And if you're voting on Election Day tomorrow, here is what you need to know. Polls open at 7. They close at 7 p.m. You also need to bring a valid ID, and you must vote at your assigned precinct, which you can find on the Secretary of State's My Voter page. This especially applies to Macon voters, as one polling place has been changed. Due to a busted pipe, people who usually vote at Porterfield Baptist Church will instead cast their ballot at Mikado Baptist on Houston Road. Every registered voter, Georgia voter, can cast their ballot on the Public Service Commission races. But there are local races in Centerville, Wheeler, and Washington counties. You can find more details on tomorrow's election on 13WMAZ.com.